Okay, this video is for all the new college graduates. First of all, I want to congratulate you all. Great job. This is a huge milestone in your life. Completing college is not an easy task. Now that that's out of the way, I want to formally welcome you to the real world. Now, college was a great time. You probably did a lot of great things, you know, tried some new stuff, this and that, but unfortunately, college is very linear. You just do the work, you show up to class, get good grades, pass, and it's done. You really don't have to worry about too much. Well, let me be the first to tell you that that all goes away right now. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, life after college is a little bit depressing and lonely. The people that you've been spending the last 4 years with, you're not gonna see every day like you used to. Not only that, but you're gonna start to see a distance become apparent, and you might not talk to them as much. It's just what happens with college. That's why I've made this video with 3 things you should do right after college. First thing you should do is just let it go, man. Just let it go. Once summer's ended and school starts all over again, it's gonna be a very weird place. You're gonna realize that you're not gonna go to college anymore. You're not gonna go and see all your friends. And you might just wanna do that instinctively. You might wanna go back to your old campus, go hang out with all your friends, you know, drink and have a great time. It's not gonna be fun. It's gonna be sad. Don't be that person that graduated last year, decided to come back to the dorms and try to party with all his friends, because it's just gonna be a very sad scene. You're gonna be sipping on your beer, having a tight smile on your face, realizing that this is not the same. It's gonna be very different and it's gonna suck. So do yourself a favor and just let it go. Number 2, get a job. After college, you're gonna feel like you wanna take a little bit of time off, and that's absolutely fine, but you have to also remember that you're fucking broke. You wanna get a job, and it doesn't have to be a job in your specific field, it just has to be a job. Mainly because you don't have any money. You left a broke college kid and you still are a broke college kid. So I recommend you get a job as soon as possible and start saving. You wanna pay off all that student loan that you just acquired from those 4 years of just partying and studying. That grace period you think you have, it goes by like this. So I recommend that you start putting in payments into your student loans, because before you know it, that's gonna be very overwhelming. Not only that, but getting your first job kind of makes you realize what you wanna do, because you're doing everything you don't want to do. That's the number 1 rule to finding out what you want to do. Just get a job that you absolutely hate, and you'll start to fantasize about all the things you wish you were doing instead of that job at the moment. And the 3rd thing you should do is find what you love. Now, back in college, there was probably a lot of times where you were sitting there thinking about all the things you wish you were doing, but just didn't have the time to, because you had to study, you had to take tests, you had to do academics, all these different things. But now, for the first time in a very long time, you have a lot of freedom and a lot of time. Not so much money, but a lot of freedom and a lot of time. So do those things that you wanted to do back then. You could start that fashion blog you were thinking of. You could start training for that marathon. You could make a YouTube channel. You could do whatever you want. For the first time in a very long time, you have the independence and freedom to do anything that you really want to do. And it's important to have something like that, because work may not be as fulfilling as you may imagine. I don't really know how to explain this, so I'm just going to give you a personal account. After college, I thought I immediately needed to get a job. Like, you have to get a job, you have to start getting money, saving, putting it into student loans, and then you have to start saving for like a house, you have to get a wife, you have to have kids. It's just that linear path that everyone has told you. I'm going to be the first one to tell you that you don't need to do that. You don't have to follow that trend. This is your life. You can do whatever you want with it. You don't have to follow that standard that everyone has made. What I personally recommend is you do something that you were always thinking about doing that you just didn't have the resources for. When I got my first job, it was very unfulfilling. I was just kind of working day by day, just realizing what is the point of this? So eventually I saved enough money, I decided to go traveling. I went to the Philippines, Atlanta, and then Europe on my first solo adventure. And that really does change things, as cliche as it may sound. And nothing changes right away. It's always a gradual change, and you start to realize things that you like and things that you dislike, things you want to do, things you don't want to do. But you have to start doing things in the beginning just to have that catalyst start. So after traveling a bit, I wanted to make a website, drivingalone.com, check it out. And I imagined it was going to be this amazing website that had all the places that I traveled to, and people would love it. I get thousands of views to millions of views. It would get sponsored ads, everything, and none of that happened. All that happened was I made a website. It's still here, and it just has an account of all the things that I've done in the past 5 years, and I absolutely love it. It's basically the only thing I really have tangible that I could show people that I've done this for the past 5 years. Here it is. Is my life exactly where I want it to be? Absolutely not. There's a lot of things that I love about my life, and there's a lot of things I hate about my life, but when I outweigh the options, the good things always outpower the bad things. So just take that into account, because Life after college is strange, it's scary, it's challenging, but it's so worth it. All those years you spent in college, they were great, they were wonderful, but they're nothing in comparison to the things you could do in the next however many years you get to live. Trust me on that. And that's about it. So let's do a recap. 1, let it go. 2, get a job. 3, find what you love. These are the 3 main things you want to do right after college. If you do those things, you most likely will find happiness, but don't quote me on that. And that's it. So let me be the first to congratulate you, especially my brother Cody. Great job, man. Congratulations on graduating. Welcome to the real world. Now things get interesting. You could also follow me on my personal journey as I take daily vlogs and log my life as the internet does sometimes.